I don't know about you, but I love beets. Beets of all kinds. Red beets, yellow beets. They even have some that look like candy stripe. You cut them open and they look like a bullseye. Today we're going to do a beet salad with red and golden beets, with red onions, thinly sliced, and some Maytag, crumbled Maytag blue cheese. Then we're going to do a raspberry vinaigrette with some walnut oil. It's a really tasty thing. Let's look at what beets look like to start with. I have two kinds right here. I have golden beets and I have red beets. Now when you get them, if you can get them with the top still on, the tops are edible. They're really good. You can peel them and make a great salad. So let's just get these going. Put this back here. When you wash your beets, you wash your tops, and you just leave about that much of the stalk still on. And you want to cook the red beets separate from everything else because they'll stain whatever they get in contact with. So you just kind of like cut the stems off and put them in here. Now I have my oven set for like 350 degrees. I got one more there. I thought that one would get away. Now I'm going to save these for later. I'm just going to peel them and make myself a salad. But what we want to do now is we want to just put a little bit of water in these. Not much, just about maybe a quarter cup. And we're just going to throw them in the oven for about this size beets. I'd say check them like after an hour. We want to cover them. There's another way that I've done them in the past. I've actually done them salt roasted, but this is just as good. You don't want to boil them because what happens is all the flavor goes into the water. You have nice flavorful water. So just cover those like that. Now with beets, when you buy them, like I said, get them with the tops on. If for some reason you're not going to use the tops, just cut them. Just get rid of the tops. Just discard them. Cut the beets like I showed you here. Put them in the fridge. They'll keep in the refrigerator for a couple weeks. And the nice thing about beets, and the nice thing about this dish is beets have 8% of beets is actually sugar. So we're just going to throw these in the oven for right now. Come back to them. Now I've already cooked some ahead of time. Otherwise we'd be here a long time. Put that right there. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you what I got here. We have our yellow beets and we have our red beets. Now I'm going to show you a trick. A lot of people don't have latex gloves in their household. This is what you do. And the beets will stain your hands. You go over here, you get some vegetable oil, and you put it on your hands. And because the beet juice is not, I'll get a little bit on my hands, but I won't be that bad. And then you just kind of like just peel the skin right off. Now if you happen to have latex gloves, so much the better. But this is like a last minute resort. If you don't have them, and you just kind of peel the skin off. You just go all the way around. Takes a little time. Now I'll probably still have some redness on my hands, but it won't be as bad as it would be. I just have to explain to people why I have red hands. Okay? And then let me just rinse this. And get the last of that off. And then we just cut that right into the bowl. And I'll show you. See, my hands are red. And they're probably, watch, I'm not going to, and they'll be a little bit red, but they won't be as bad as they would be. Okay? Kind of turned out pretty well. Okay, so we have our beets there. Get my bench scraper out so I don't have to touch these again. Okay, now we're going to dress these separately. I'm going to wipe down my board real quickly. If you want to and then I'm going to grab a red onion. Now this can all be done ahead of time. I've seen better red onions. This one's just fine now. Kind of peel off the outside edge of that. You'll probably want about one medium onion. thinly sliced. So we're gonna thinly slice this onion. Get the back end off. I'm just gonna kind of just go through and now the key to this dish is to dress everything separately. Actually, I'm gonna put those in. I'm gonna put the red onions in with the yellow beets. I'm gonna take this back here and we're gonna make our dressing now, which is, here we go. I have some, this is raspberry jam. I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of that. I'm going to use some sherry vinegar. I'm going to use that's about 3 tablespoons to 1/4 cup. And I'm going to, this is walnut oil. There's a classic dish, many of you may have had, it's with pears and walnuts and blue cheese. Maybe it's on a bed of frisee. Well, this is similar to that in the sense that it has all the elements that touch the taste buds, the different areas on your tongue. You know, you have some saltiness with the blue cheese. We have the sweetness of the beets that correspond with the pears. And we just kind of, we have the red onion that cover the bitterness, a little heat. We have a little bit more sweet. Then we have the walnuts. Instead of having walnuts, I have walnut oil. So that's that. So then I'm actually going to add a little bit more oil to that. But that is, and I think I'll add just a little bit more of the preserve, or I should say jam, because there are no seeds in it. With the preserve, you actually get pieces of the fruit. With the jam, it's just the juice or the pulp without the seeds. That's very nice. So I'm going to take that, and we're just going to drizzle a little bit over that. And I'm going to drizzle some over the red beets. Okay, now they're going to have to, now keeping them separate, this really helps. I'm going to kind of gently toss these together. Okay, let me just take that, wipe that like that. And we're going to toss these a little bit. I'm going to season with a little salt and pepper. And now we're gonna plate it. But first, before I plate on this nice white bowl over here, I am gonna combine them real quickly. I'm gonna put them in here, and I'm gonna put them in there, and you can watch how briefly the yellow beets will start turning red. You know, you just toss them up like this. Then we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna just tear. Ooh, that is really good. I really like that. And we're just gonna put them in this bowl. Just like that. Kind of move that around a little bit. Ooh. I love the colors against the white. And I'm going to come over here. And I'm just going to just put some blue cheese, some of this Maytag, crumbled Maytag blue cheese on there. Wipe that edge of that bowl. Man, I just want to get a fork out and eat this whole thing. You know, I just want to wipe the edge here. And all right, so I mean, this is a great salad with a summer dish, with some nice fish or some chicken off the grill. You just have this company in it. Man, let's bring good food to the table.